Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a really fun tutorial. I'm going to be doing a look that's inspired from Lilo and Stitch. I got that inspiration from the Ohana eyeshadow palette that I got from Hot Topic. Literally the first week that it released, I just snatched it. I absolutely love the movie, and with this palette I got this adorable Lilo and Stitch bag. And once I saw this all together, I was like, oh my god, I just have to do a look inspired by this. So let me just show you how amazing this palette is. It has a highlighter, it has a bronzer for contouring, it has a highlighting powder, it has about 5 shimmers, and it has 4 mattes. So it's a really amazing palette. I absolutely love it, and most of the shades I'm using in this look is what I'm using from this palette. So I absolutely love it, and I'm a big fan of Lilo and Stitch. My name is from Hawaiian descent. My name's Kiana, so it means moon goddess in Hawaiian, although I'm Puerto Rican. But I just love anything Hawaiian, and I just love the movie. So if you guys are fans of the movie too, and you'd like to learn how to do this look, then just keep watching.
Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising. Higher and higher, it's burning through to my soul.
This is the new style. This is how everybody in the summer should be looking. So we're going to start off with the Urban Decay Primer Potion and spread that all over our eyelids. I'm just rubbing that in with my finger and just blending that out. Right, so now that we got that done, we're gonna go in with our awesome palette. I am so excited. I'm gonna be using my Morphe MB16 brush, and I'm gonna be using the shade White Sand to set that primer and just basically make it as a base for all other shades. And I'm just gonna be blending that out all over my lid. Now with that same brush, I'm going to be going in with the shade Paradise. So that's going to be this shade right here. And that's going to be our transition shade. So that's right on our orbital bone. And that is above our crease. I just want to make sure that this shade stands out, so I'm just making it a little bit more pigmented. So now with our Royal and Langnickel crease brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Surf's Up, which is this very cute blue. I love this blue, it's so pretty. And we're going to be applying that on our crease. And because I want it to be a pretty pigmented shade, I'm going to actually be combining that with Blue Hawaiian, which is this darker blue right here. So I'm getting Surf's Up, and I'm mixing Blue Hawaiian, just a dab, to create a darker crease shade. And don't worry if you feel like it's going to come out too much. We're actually going to be cleaning that up. So at this point, I'm adding more of the Blue Hawaii. You always want to add more of the darker shade because you don't want it to be too shimmery where you're adding too much of Surf's Up and it's looking really, really, really shimmery. So I'm adding more of Blue Hawaii and mixing that. Alright, so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding one of my favorite shades because of the name and because of how beautiful it is. We're going to be adding Experiment 626, which, yes, is Stitch. So I'm adding that with my Royal and Langnickel Evolution BX80 brush. And I'm adding that on my lid. So right now all I'm doing is I'm just dabbing the product in, making sure that there isn't any empty patches. I want it to be an even color. And I'm just making it to the shape of my eyelid. Alright, so now it's time to blend. And I'm using one of my Morphe blending brushes, and I'll be sure to add it down in the description box. So I'm going to be blending my top blue to my crease blue to my lid blue, because I don't want there to be any separation in color. Just be careful that you're not shifting it upward or not shifting it downward. You're just blending it in the middle because you don't want it to be uneven or too high or too low. So we're just kind of doing small strokes. Alright, so now that we're done with that, we're going to be going in with the NYX Glitter Primer. I absolutely love this glitter primer because it almost adds like already a colored base, just like the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It adds this neutral base, but it also has a little bit of sparkle in it to enhance your glitter. So it's really, really pretty. It almost has like a champagne look to it, so it's really nice. So with my Urban Decay double-sided brush, I'm using the smaller paddle brush, and I added some of that glitter primer, and I'm just going to be dabbing that on the blue because I don't want to take off the blue color, and sometimes glitter primers can do that due to the tacky consistency. So I'm just dabbing and dabbing. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my favorite glitter palettes right now. This is the Galaxy Collection by North Star Glitters. I absolutely love their glitters. They have already an adhesive in it, so they're not loose glitters. They're really, really easy to apply, and they're really smooth. They're not harsh, which I love about them. I'm going to be adding this blue right here. I absolutely love it because it has different hues of blue in there. It also has a little purple, so it's going to give us this really awesome look to kind of give us that Stitch inspired look. So I'm going in with just any paddle brush of your choice, and I'm just dabbing in. Because of the glitter primer, it's just kind of just, you know, insurance that it'll stay there. Alright. Now that I have the product on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and put the glitter on. Just dab lightly when using glitter because it can get clumpy, and you want to make sure that you just apply it well. You don't want to kind of just make it look clumpy and just leave it there. Because sometimes just with one grab of glitter, it's literally enough for your lid. So now that I've added glitter on my lid, I'm going to go ahead and add some highlight to my brow bone. So I'm going to be using my Morphe M524 brush, dipping that into Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride, which is this shade in the middle, which is a highlighter, and White Sand, and I'm mixing those two together. I don't want it to be too overwhelmingly highlighted, I just wanted to give it a little bit more definition. And I'm also going to be blending that downward. I'm kind of diffusing the shade right here and blending them a little together. So now it's time to clean up that blue that we have on the sides. I'm going to be using a concealer brush, a small concealer brush, and my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light medium. This is my all-time favorite concealer. The only concealer I use, it's life in a bottle. It's so amazing. So once you have a little bit of concealer on your brush, we're going to be making a winged eyeshadow look. So we're just going to be cleaning it up and just creating a line of concealer, and then we're going to be using a small beauty blender, and we're just going to be blending that out into our foundation. So I'm going to go from down here, and I'm going to create a line up here. What I like to do is grab my finger, just kind of warm up the product, dab on where that was, and I'm just dabbing downward because we're not erasing the eyeshadow that's up, we're erasing the excess that's down. And then after that, we grab our micro beauty blender and we're just going to blend that out. So with my Urban Decay double-sided brush, I'm going to go ahead and use this bigger side. And I'm going to blend this out a little bit, so I don't want there to be any harsh lines. And make sure you don't push the glitter up. I'm going to go ahead and clean my fallout, and I'll be right back. Now with my Royal Langnickel BX95 brush, it's a pointed dome brush, I'm going to be going back in to that with that Ohana palette. And I'm going to be mixing the Nani and Hula. So I'm mixing this pink and I'm mixing this purple. And I'm going to be blending that right underneath my waterline. And I'm going to go ahead and add more of that Nani purple because Stitch has like purple ears. They're like bright purple. I'm connecting that purple up to that little wing right in the corner. So I'm going to be putting on some lashes and I'm using the Allure in collaboration with Nicole Guerrero. And they're so pretty. I love them. This is part of the vlogger series. I think they're so nice. They add like such a great dramatic look. And so I'm excited to wear them today. And I'm using my clear Star Glue. It applies white, but it dries clear. I'm so excited for these. So I'm going to be adding some white eyeliner to my waterline. I just want to dramatize my eyes a little bit more and make it look a little bit more open. Now I'm going to be using my Tarte Man-Eater mascara and applying that to clump my lashes together because I don't want there to be any separation from my natural lashes to my falsies. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to lips. I'm going to be using the Lime Crime Liquid Lipstick in Pansy. I'm going to be filling in everything up until the middle of this area right here. So I filled in everything except most of this area. So everything around it is darker and I filled in just a little layer on top. And so everything is a lot thicker and darker. Alright, so we're going to be going in with that blue glitter from North Star Glitters once again. And we're going to be putting that right in the middle where it wasn't filled in much. Alright, so everything's done and the last part that you'll always have to do is make sure that you put setting spray. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Alright guys, so that concludes my look for today. I really hope you guys liked it. This was inspired from the Ohana eyeshadow palette. This is my Lilo and Stitch inspired look. I had so much fun doing this look. If you guys have the palette, please tell me how you like it. If you like this look, please tell me in the comments below. And again, I had so much fun guys. I hope you really liked it. And don't forget to spread love and be kind. Kindly, Kiana.